it when we sit down. Let's pull one out because we'll hit this right off the bat.
Well, you have.
I said it right here.
Oh, do most people bring it in a Yeti? I won this Yeti at a drawing,
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I mean,
I didn't spend $200.
most people don't bring it, but when you said I'm going to Scottsbluff, I'm bringing you something special.
You usually supply it?
Yeah.
You
Should
do?
I have told you that beforehand? Do you need me to Venmo you? You're on. There's no paperwork to fill out to get on this show.
I thought there was vetting.
There's no vetting.
You had to go through
You're just on.
You had to go through a 12-person corporate committee.
No,
and then it had to go through a DEI committee.
Nah.
And then it went from DEI down to...
No, you're just on the show.
Okay.
So if somebody were to call me or text me, email me...
You really should do a better job at vetting who you're
Well, I go to
speaking
everybody's websites, so it's, real nice.
All right.
So...
Okay.
And then if it's bad stuff, then,
Then... Next.
Yeah, there you go. Next show. I guess you'll love this first ramble. Right off the front. I always leave it in. I'll cut out the bad words, but I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to start this thing out. But hey, everybody, I'm Sean Lee, your realtor with Nebraska Realty, and I got a fantastic guest today, Kenny Marr. You prefer Ken or Kenny? Kenny Marr with
good.
Habitat.
Yep, one R, just like car.
Okay, Kenny Marr, M-A-R, with Habitat for Humanity.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
Hey, you bet. We've known each other before. That's why that's such good, chemistry.
Yeah, like 25,
some kind of
30 years. Yeah, lots of bad chemistry.
A lot of bad chemistry.
Yeah, like a bad night at Taco Bell. Bad chemistry.
We got to be able to. People love that. People love that. But I don't want them to get too filthy, thought-minded. But listen, we got a good show for you today. We're going to test out some beer. Kenny has actually brought beer from Flyover Brewing Company out of Scottsbluff.
Yep.
And I'm going to have all their information up. I put it up, and it'll flash up pretty cool. And I did some research on these guys. It's going to be real good. And we're going to talk a little bit about Habitat because there's some program. Most people think. We should start that right now. Most people think, hey, when you hear about Habitat for Humanity, hey, you just want to come down there and use hammers and nails. Let's build someone's house over the weekend, and that's really not what you got going over there.
We've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
And it's I hate to say this, but it's really not around the actual going out and hammering. That's where the rubber meets the road, but there's so much more to Habitat than the actual house building, which I think a lot of people already know.
Well, so. And I think one of the big things before we were even talking about anything, before we get to this tasty brew, because we want to talk first and be able to quench our palates.
Yes, we have to hydrate.
We got to hydrate.
Right.
But one of the things was affordable housing, and you were just saying a couple things right off the bat as far as affordable housing and what people can do.
Right.
That there's so many other programs, and you can go to habitatomaha.org. Okay, right, and check out this stuff. And I think you should first of all. But tell me a little bit about the home ownership and what you guys really focus on as far as getting people into actual houses.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, boy, you put me on the spot.
Yeah, well, you just say
we're here for Habitat.
I should just pull it and Habitat. That's right.
So when do we go drink the beer?
We're gonna do that in a second.
Okay. All right.
2 minutes. You got 2 minutes right now.
Oh boy. So Habitat. There's so many different things when we talk about housing, but really it all goes around affordable housing, especially in the last, let's say, 3 to 4 years when we've seen this little inflation push and the little ripple in the market where it's those families that make between $15 and $29 an hour really are having some stress in regards to finding either affordable rental options or affordable housing when they try to have the American dream of home ownership. And you know that because you're in the real estate game. And it is really interesting out in the market right now as far as what's available, what isn't available, and the quality and the quantity of what's out in the market. Correct?
Yeah, we still don't have a lot of homes. I think under 300,000. I think there's like maybe 50.
Right.
Depending upon what people watch, is 50 houses under 3. This is Douglas and Sarpy County, just in those areas.
Right.
So that's, and rents are crazy. You get a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You're $1,400 in a lot of
Or more.
places,
Yeah.
or more.
Yeah, and that's just your base rent. You got to start adding in. You got to start adding in utilities.
That's
and
right.
Living, and you're close to
$2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, and when a family's bringing home maybe $3,000, $3,300 a month, you're talking more than 50% of their take-home pay.
So you're telling me, if somebody falls between, what'd you say, $15 and
$29
an hour,
Yep.
that's kind of your salary range.
Back in the old days, because we're old,
Yeah.
that was a really good income. If you think back to, to the college days, 84 into whatever, 84 to where we graduated college in 90, 2000, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a really good wage. And in today's scale, those same jobs aren't. The buying power is reduced.
Yeah.
So
Definitely buying power is reduced. People
Right.
can't afford $300,000 home on that. First
Correct.
of all. So
Correct.
what could people do? Because you have a programs, right, where you could get people in
Right.
and at affordable levels that fit into these.
Right. So our sweet spot, and we always call we call it our. I always call it our sweet spot, but really it focuses on those families between $15 and $29 an hour. And really, if you think about that from a mortgage underwriting standpoint, that might qualify a family for $160,000 to $170,000 home.
Okay.
And you just said average home sales is nearing $300,000, if not $325,000 or $330,000. So how we get families into the qualifying level of, geez, I have a family of 4, or I have a family of 5, and I need a 3-bedroom. This is how we get you qualified. So we get you into the program, and you qualify for, based on your metrics and your loan underwriting through Habitat. We'll put you into, get you into the program, and it's 350 sweat equity hours, and that gets you into the program. You're learning how to not only own home ownership, but you're also learning what it takes to live in a home. Because we all know there's fix-it things,
There's education,
all
that kind of education.
all kinds of stuff. But really, fiscal fitness is the most important, because we all know a house you just don't move in and the house kind of sits there.
You might need a water heater.
Exactly. You might need
Okay.
all kinds of stuff like that. But really, once you get into the program, you find out what it takes to be a homeowner.
Now,
there are some families that say, you know what, geez, I got into the program and home ownership really isn't for me. I really like being a renter, and I don't like doing that. But there's, for the majority of the families, they want to get into our program and they stay in our program.
Okay.
Whether it takes 3 months, 6 months to get into, to get qualified in, so you start moving into a home, or whether it takes a year and a half to get into it, you're in the program.
And people can get in that program by going to
Right.
HabitatOmaha.org.
Correct. And they take applications.
There's an application right there. So if you are a person that falls between $15, $29 an hour,
Right.
what's a salary range?
So our AMI, so we work on the area median income, which is about $76,000.
Okay.
And we work with the AMIs for families between 40 and, let's say, 70% AMI. That's starting to creep up a little bit. So we're talking those families. Qualifying marks are about 60 to 65,000, depending on if they're single, if they're married, joint, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so if people fall within that, they should get on there and at least
Right.
apply and at least see some other options.
Correct.
Because I know a lot of times, I talk to people and they say,
Right.
geez, I got approved for, 180,000. Well, there's 27 homes under,
Exactly.
200,000.
Exactly.
So
And from the world that you live in, one of the things getting into our program, so it used to be a 0% interest loan, which Habitat offers. Now, in our consortium, banks that partner with us, we charge an interest rate now, but the rate's 2.625 interest rate. So once you get into our program, that's the mortgage rate that you'll sign up to. For the type of credit that you see, that's, if you go to most banks, I think the market now is given about 6.25,
I would say
6.5, something like that, depending on what your credit is.
Yeah.
For us, really, from a Habitat standpoint, the 2.625 is a really good competitive rate for those families that fall within our program.
And,
Yep.
Now, after that, you have other things too. There's people, which is another cool thing you just said. So if people need to go, you need to check it out. At least go on there. If you think you can't afford a home, get on to Habitat for Humanity
Right.
And at least look into it. Definitely save some money that way, or find some of the houses that are available. And these are all Habitat homes, correct? That you guys have
they're Habitat homes that we've built, or they could be homes that we've
acquired.
purchased.
Okay.
And we've either done light rehab or we've done a full reno, depending on the condition of the home.
Offhand, how many houses do you have? I don't know if you.
We build this year in 23. We'll build approximately 52 homes. Of course, that number wavers because weather and where we are, the way the market gives. So whether it's concrete, whether it's wood, you always have those little variances. But we build 52 homes. We also, in our home repair program that we'll talk about here soon, we practice about 125 projects a year through that program. But next year, we have a really large subdivision going up on 52nd and Curtis, which is called Blue Stem Prairie.
Okay.
And next year, we're actually 11 homes into it. This year will be completed, and we actually have a dedication coming up on August 11th of 11 homes. But in all, over the next 3 years, that's an 88 home build. Let's call it 86 home build.
Okay.
And then the second addition to Blue Stem Prairie will be about 115 homes.
Holy smokes!
So
I would not have.
Yeah. So
you just don't know. You just think you're building 5-6 homes for Habitat for Humanity. It's a huge programs that are available.
Huge going concern. So yeah.
Okay, well, dude, it's pretty. Okay, well, you said the home repair, but I don't want to get into that because we need to test this.
The brews.
We got to test this cold brews.
Yeah.
You brought them all iced up, and you know what?
Do you usually drink warm beer?
No, they're always cold.
Okay.
You know what? This is only the second or third time we've had beer on the show. This is show 18. Because normally we're doing vodka, whiskey. I haven't had wine. I have some wines ready, but this is awesome.
I'm not a wine guy, and I'm from Beatrice, and I'm really not a whiskey guy.
We're gonna take. So tell me a little bit about this
don't
again.
Like whiskey, not like
these cats. And I'm gonna put their stuff up. Flyover Brewing Company.
Yep.
2018. 2018. Did you get all that when you were there? Yeah,
so
the master brewer, Dan Warburton, I think is his name.
So I'll tell you, this beer is actually from my wife's hometown. So you know my wife, Lisa.
Yes.
She's from Scottsbluff. And when we're back visiting family, we always go to the restaurant, the Flyover restaurant. And it's a fantastic brew, pub, great food. Not to do any needless, shameless advertising.
Plug. No, I think people need to go out there. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's a great little restaurant establishment. I think they're even spreading their wings to smaller towns around.
I just saw they put a little place, and it's cool. Go to the website, and I'll put the website up. But I think it's Flyover Brewing.
Yeah, Brewing Company. Yeah.
Company.com. But I'll put it up. But they just put one in. Is there a Potter?
Yep, Potter, Nebraska.
And it's a cool, little spot. I don't know if I saw it online. You need to check it out, everybody. So, if you're coming from Colorado and you're driving, steer up north.
Or maybe you're driving to Cheyenne. It's right off I-80.
Just come up there and check these guys out. It's real cool.
Yeah.
But you go there all the time. At least since 2018.
When we're home, we always stop by there because it's my son, Adam Mard. Is his favorite restaurant, but really the name of this beer is Roubadou Rendezvous Edition, and Roubadou is named after Roubadou Road, and that's the country road where my wife's family's farm is. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's cool.
So if you look at the can, 21 county, that's no license plate. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so this is real cool. Yeah, let's test this thing out. I love it.
Let's pop this down.
We've got a toast on these fantastic glasses.
Sean Lee
This is the best. Yeah, Nebraska.
I'm
Sean Lee.
covering up the brand.
There you go. Beautiful. I'm going to taste this.
We've done this a lot in our years.
Yeah. I love this. Oh man, that is.
I've had this, so yeah.
So it's your deal.
It's my vibe.
I love it. Oh, you know what? Normally I grade these. We grade a lot of stuff. I don't know where the grades go, but I normally at the end I'm like.
I really want you, in the years of knowing you, I really want you to really extend love. You know how you. I love
it. I love it. This is great.
You think our friend
And
Justin Gomez will watch this and kind of laugh?
Yeah, he should. And he should make a
You
comment.
can slow down a little.
No, we got plenty of cans. We're going to be here all night.
Enjoy responsibly.
You know what? I actually printed up all the beer that these guys make there. I'm just going to throw out a few in case you are traveling because I think it's cool. They've got the Hellcat Hells. I don't know, which is cool.
It, all delicious.
Brassica Pale Ale, Blackbird Schwarzbier. You ever try that?
Sounds Italian.
Summer Ale, Sour Saison, Hiram's Hop Bomb IPA. This is Lime Goose.
You need to head out there. It's cool.
Tin Roof Porter, Jalapeno Lager. This would be great. Boy, you could soak some meats in that. And, Pink Ladies. Vienna Lager. This place is cool. Damn Yankees, New England IPA, Rusty Rivet Brown Ale. It's
Does your
cool
wife know you're doing this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She doesn't watch any of the shows, but
I wouldn't either if I was her.
Well, it's good information. You get to meet some characters. You get to find out a little bit about people. You get to find out a little bit about some of these small towns, which is a cool thing, right? Because there's so many.
Yes.
There's so many cool small business or companies doing stuff all over Nebraska. And since I started doing this, I'm just amazed.
And if you think about it,
if
there's one consistency around Nebraskans, there's always that entrepreneurial spirit, but there's also probably the number one roadblock between all these that tie in all the cities around Nebraska is the need for affordable housing. What do you think of that?
Tie that in.
Yeah.
Way to tie that.
So one of my gigs is really. I'm in Blair, Nebraska a lot in Washington County, and they just built a huge distribution center for Dollar General, and there's a need for affordable housing, and it's one of those things where we can't advocate enough for building and for affordable housing, but really the advocacy of not only in Blair and in Fort Calhoun and all the counties in Washington County and in Burke County, but all over the importance of affordable housing. So,
and affordable housing and home ownership.
Exactly.
Really is.
It's that stability every family
needs.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you were telling me about the home repair program, which is pretty cool too. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only can you volunteer or donate, I'm not saying don't get your groups together and build some houses, but what I'm saying is you have the home ownership program, which people should look into. If you're watching this or see it, look into the program.
If you know a family.
Yeah.
That needs housing. If you have friends, whether they're from church or just friends that you run into at work or whatever, and they know relatives, if you have someone that needs a housing need and think the program would be good for them, give us a call. Get on habitatomaha.org.
Yeah. And the other thing is, if I live in a home and I don't have the money to help maintain it.
Right.
You guys have programs that you could do that too.
Exactly. We have our home repair program, and really it's focused around critical home repairs, meaning for me, it's easy. It's HVAC, it's water heaters, it's windows, things like that.
Is roof is part of that?
Right.
Okay.
Roof is part of that. But it's really focusing on maintaining the current housing stock that we have, whether it's in Omaha, whether it's in Blair, Plattsmouth, Bellevue, Papillion, any of those, but all of our counties that we serve, which is Washington and Burt, Cass, and Sarpy County, and including Douglas, that all these programs are available.
Just another crazy thing. So if you're out there and you think, geez, I don't have any money, there's no way to do. What about siding? Sometimes I drive by homes that don't have siding up. They're just constantly putting up not good siding, stuff that would mold or possibly get wet and soggy.
Right.
Is that something that's critical too on the shell of a house?
We can get to it. The only problem is when you talk about that large of a project, it goes above our limits because I think we try to keep our projects between $15,000 and let's say $25,000, $30,000, and sometimes you get that far. Yeah, sometimes you get that far, and it gets to be too large of a project for the program.
Well,
but we do have all kinds of other other avenues, and we can help with refer you
Well,
to
even painting is helpful
Exactly.
on that
Yeah.
seal.
And
Okay.
Project Houseworks in Omaha, in Douglas County, is great for those families that need painting, full house paints, and all that.
And they could get through all that information going to the website.
Yeah, just give us a call.
Let me see what else I got on this. What else you got on
Okay.
this? What else you got on this list? I moved on.
So one
weather-
of the let me
say the
jump
weather-
into this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So weatherization is a Department of Energy program through it's federally funded as well as through our Department of Energy, our state energy office here, and really it's to those families under 100% area median income, and it's across the county that we serve in Douglas. But really, it's really simple ways to keep your energy costs down. So whether it's insulation, really, whether it's around your doors, around your windows, we help you with that. And we do tests. We do blower tests to make sure your house is as tight as it can be. If it's not, here's different ways that we can serve.
Okay.
Maybe it's more insulation. Maybe it's things around your windows, things around your doors. But it's a weatherization program that's
people just access that.
Yep, and it's 100% subsidized by those state programs to drive your energy costs down, so you pocket more money. So
This is amazing.
Yep.
And well, of course, everybody knows that I know that you do a lot of neighborhood revitalization,
So-
right? I mean, that's.
Right.
I think people relate Habitat for Humanity as that's part of their.
It's community building, and it's the backbone and the spine of what we do. We help build communities, but also we help, most importantly, we build neighborhoods.
Yeah.
One of the things that we have coming up, and we do this year round, not year round, we do it in the warm summer months. So we start in March and we don't end until October, November, but we have a program called Rock the Block. And all it is is neighbors helping neighbors. And this year
It's a good old barn raising, right? I mean, everybody comes out and you just do your stuff. Hey, we're going over here. We put up a shed and a house.
Or it's really light repair, but it's neighbors helping neighbors. Because how many of those neighbors that live across from you or across from my house, where you might see them once a week?
Yeah.
This is really
getting their trash.
Yeah, it's really exactly. And you say two words, hi and bye, to them. But Rock the Block's really meant to be that neighborhood bond.
Okay.
But it's neighbors helping neighbors. It's rebuilding. It's building that that friendship between neighbors, because we all live in those neighborhoods. If you don't know your neighbor, boy, it's really difficult to really gain that idea of boy, this is really fun for my family to live in this neighborhood.
Yeah. You kind of silo yourself
Exactly.
out if you don't do that.
So our big one, we have a big one coming up September. It's Saturday, September 24th, and it's going to be down in Bellevue. And we're calling it the world's largest Rock the Block, but where Mission Street, Mission Street is down.
I think I have an idea. Yeah, I think I have a good idea.
Last year we did one, and it was fantastic. We served about 30 families last year. This year we're hoping to serve another families.
In the Rock the Block, it's one day.
It's actually one morning. It goes from 8 until 1. We give you you come volunteer. We give you donuts and bagels.
Come volunteer.
And coffee. And then we in Bellevue, we're doing a barbecue through swine dining. And Matt down there's terrific. And you get barbecue, and you're just volunteering.
It's just part of the deal.
Yeah, you're volunteering for 4 hours, and all
How do people want to? If I wanted to volunteer September 24th, you said.
Yep. Jump on Habitat.
Just Habitat. There's a way to. Hey, I want to eat swine dining. I want to rock the block.
I want to
rock
eat
the swine
block.
dining.
Yep. And Rock the Block, you don't have to have a lot of skill. It's a lot of cleaning of flower beds.
Okay.
It might be some raking. It might be staining a deck. It's all really light duty stuff. No project will last more than 4 hours between the 8 a.m. to noon, 1 o'clock hour. So it's really meant for you to come out, serve your community for the 4 hours. Then in the afternoon, it's in September. Guess what happens? September, October, November, football. College football, right? Because the Huskers might be playing. Yeah, so come out, enjoy the morning, and then you can go cheer on your favorite team.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool.
I wouldn't say
so you
anything
can
that wasn't
volunteer. Cool. You talked about the restore. You got the the blight. How do you designate something blight? I know sometimes cities designate things as a blight.
The cities
and then you
designate
come
that.
in and do that. Okay.
Correct. So, like tax increment financing, a lot of the grants that we get federally all fall under the idea of so has the federal government through census have they deemed it a qualified census tract, or in the city of Omaha idea, or a local jurisdiction, they'll say, oh, this area is blighted or extremely blighted, and that's a city designation.
So basically, it's not a neighbor saying that house across the street needs to be blighted.
Correct.
So don't call on that,
right?
Because that's not going to work.
The city comes in and
I'm just making sure.
Right.
You never know, right? Oh man, we got to blight this thing out. I'm calling on that place.
Right.
Over and over.
Exactly.
And over. So don't do it. Okay.
Yeah, don't do it.
Wow. Okay, that's great information. And I, before we wind down and drink this beer, I'm going to drink that other one. You know that, right? You're not going
There's
anywhere.
There's two more.
We're going to drink them.
There's two more in there.
We're going to drink them.
Okay.
But I wanted to say, you have something coming up, right? Isn't it like the Brews on a Parade? So don't you have something coming up?
Yeah, it's the first Thursday. I think it's the Thursday after Labor Day. I'll have to get you the date, but you can jump on habitatomaha.org. But it's Brouhaha.
Okay,
and
right.
It's the it's brews,
another
micro
event, right?
brews. It's our largest event of the year.
Okay.
And it's attended it's at Sterling Ridge on 132nd Pacific.
Okay.
And it's attended by, let's say, 2,000 to 2,500 this year. After this show, it might be 3,000.
Yeah, we're going to add 500 people. If you know what, it's going to
it might be
out of control.
3,000 or 4,000 people after the show.
It could be after the show. I got 5 followers right now. Thanks, Mom.
It's a beer tasting. It's not one of your wife isn't a follower.
No, she does. She don't even watch the show, but my mom does.
It's a beer.
Thank God.
It's a beer tasting. It includes food. I think the fee is in the neighborhood of like $75 a ticket, but that does all your drinks, all the food.
Get to go around and just do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one of the most fun things about that is you think, I'm just going to go eat and I'm going to go drink a few beers and call it a night. And when you get there, it is really a community event. Because I might run into you, or I might run into Justin, or I might run into whomever that we used to hang out with.
Yeah.
Because they heard it was a good time.
Okay.
And when you get there, you'll realize the enormity of the event, because parking's usually packed, because Sterling Ridge is a big area.
Yeah.
They have parking garages back there. The last few years, this is our 3rd year that we'll have it there. The garages are completely packed, and the enormity of the event.
Just amount of okay.
Yeah, you need to.
It's a cool deal. Yeah. Well, I've already scouted it out. I was like, this is right up my alley.
Yeah. So we got lots of events, a lot of volunteering opportunities, just a lot of ways to reach and to learn about Habitat.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's a cool thing. Well, listen, we probably should wind this down, because hopefully my mom's the only one watching right now, and hopefully Lisa, who needs to subscribe,
which
is your wife.
So
you got to get all your kids to subscribe. I can't even get my kids to subscribe. But at least for this show, and they don't even have to unsubscribe. They just subscribe. Just let it run.
Yeah, I told my kids, and all I had to say was Sean Lee, and they kind of walked out the door.
Yeah, well, that's messed up.
So that's okay.
Messed up. Anyway, listen, I'm going to give this, you know what? You go there all the time. I give this a 10.
I give it a 10. It's great beer.
Yeah,
it's a great place.
I put that in the record books. 10. This stuff's great. Flyover Brewing Company. I'm going to tag these guys too, but it's awesome. People need to go to this place and eat. And they got food. So I give it a 10.
Their food is fantastic.
Okay.
And it's well known. It used to be kind of a little secret, Flyover, and as the bigger they got, the more following they get. It's a good place.
It's a cool label.
Yeah.
So you always know things are going to be cool if it's a cool label. It's got history. It's very smart.
Yes.
Love it. Okay. Love it. Well, listen, Kenny, I appreciate you coming on here. We're going to stay here. We're going to call an Uber. We might walk out of here after everybody's gone. It's going to be me and you walking out of this place.
At 1 a.m., we'll go to Shield.
Yeah, that's right. We'll go to Shield.
Open.
If they're still open. Yeah, we don't want to ruin anything. Anyway, anything else habitat-wise maybe we didn't hit that
We could talk for days. One thing that we touched upon was really this idea where we buy homes as well. So we're cash buyers of homes.
I forgot to mention that.
In the event, we have these scenarios where, my mom and dad might be selling their home. Let's say one passed away and one's moving into assisted living, and one of like my dad said, make sure you sell our home to a family that's growing, because it deserves a family to be in the home.
Right.
And we sold our home, but to a young couple. But it's those pieces where, geez, how do you get affordable? How do you pass along this idea of affordable housing and this American dream idea, and this idea, geez, if I sell it to Habitat, and we pay market price for the for the home. We we work real estate. We work with real estate agents.
All realtors, you should subscribe, because it's very educational. They work with real estate agents. Come to a price.
Yep, and we're cash buyers, and then it's up to the family whenever they want to move out. We really work with the families. We'll work on their schedule. If they want to say, geez, it might take us a month, 3 months to get moved out, we're really flexible in that, and we're okay with it. But the biggest thing is that we're good partners for the families, and that the families know that the house is going to go to another growing family.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it's cool. It's great. It's a great program. Fantastic programs, Ken. I appreciate you coming. Again, I have your information on who to contact and how people can get involved with some of these programs. Not only volunteering, but some of the home ownership pieces, or maybe you're at home and you're thinking, hey, geez, I
need a new water heater.
Water heater, HVAC system is terrible. It's breaking down. We don't have the money. Hey, no interest loans.
Yep.
I mean, we work something out.
Exactly.
So, hey, everybody, I appreciate you watching this show. I'm Sean Lee, Omaha Sips and Tips. This is show number 18. Thanks for watching. Ken, thanks for joining on the show.
Cheers.
And cheers. Take care, everybody.